Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to this first tutorial here, or mini tutorial. I'm glad you guys seemed to like with my last palette review the separation of these mini tutorials. So I'm going to continue on with that for the lovely Norvina palette. Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho. I'm so excited to play with this. So to start off, we're gonna go a bit simple here. I want to work my way through things. So I'm gonna start off with Volatile, and I'm gonna use a dense little, it's not necessarily a crease brush, but one of these kind of brushes, and tap it off, because that's an Anastasia shadow for you. They are ones that should really always be tapped off. At least that is what I have come to find. So I am just going to be placing this on the outside portion of my lid, and then also the outside portion of my crease. Not really worrying too much about being super neat and tidy with this. We will be blending it out with other shadows in just a moment here. I have also already primed my eyelids with just a normal eyeshadow primer, but I did not use any sort of a cream base. Just so we can see for this first time how these shadows are doing. Now this one, I'm actually kind of surprised this shadow isn't going on a bit more pigmented. I already did my swatches and everything, and I feel like I remembered this one being a good swatcher. So, Then I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush. I know it looks dirty, but I color switched it. And I'm going to go into Incense here. I know, big surprise. You all are just quaking. Cassie, what? I never saw that coming. You did. You don't have to lie to me. But yeah, so I'm just going to be using this in my crease, and we are blending out that last shadow that we put down. I apologize. The lawnmower man is going outside my window now. Let's all enjoy this awkward moment together. Oh, so good. Then, just to deepen this further, and then also it's going to connect with something we're going to do later, I am going to dip this same brush into Passion. Just very lightly, nothing too crazy, and then I am putting this right in between those two shadows in my crease in the very outside portion of the crease, and then just kind of blending that towards the middle. You see how that changed it? It's a subtle difference, but a difference nonetheless. Just kind of helps to blend because that Volatile color is such a cool tone, and then the Incense color is a warm tone. This Passion color, it's kind of right in the middle, I would say, of the coolness and warmness spectrum, at least, in comparison to the two colors I just mentioned. So it just kind of helps to meld everything together. And sun, what you doing? This would be a lot more clear if you guys had some sunlight right now. Oh well, so now I'm just going to take a flat shader brush and use the shade Base. And I am just going to be putting this underneath my brow, blending that very lightly into the crease shades. Then I'm going to go ahead and use another flat shader, and I'm going to dip this into Dazzling, just very lightly. These shimmer shades are the chunky kind of shimmer shades, and they can get a little messy when you're using anything other than your finger to put these on. And I know you're probably saying, well then Cassie, why don't you use your finger? Well, because I want a subtler impact, which is what using the brush does. So I'm just placing this on the outer half of my lid. And then I'm going to use my finger and dip that into Dreamer, and this I am going to place on the inner half of my lid. Just dabbity dabbing, blendity blending into that last shade that we put down. just kind of continue that, I'm just going to use a detail brush, dip that into Dreamer, and I'm going to put this on the very inner portion of my lid and then also my inner corners. Then remember how I said I'm going to bring passion back? I am going to use an angled brush. An angled liner brush, I guess to be more specific, and I'm going to connect to where we had put passion on our upper slash outer portion of the upper lid. And then I'm just going to smudge this along my lower lash line. A fluffy blending brush, I'm going to dip this into Drama, and I'm just going to smudge this along, or fluff this, or what, I'm going to put this on my lower lash line as well. Alright, and there you have it, folks. There is the finished look. I just went ahead and put on, well, first off, I lined my waterline with a burgundy purple liner, and then I put on mascara, and that is that. I think now you can see, now that the sun is back out, how these colors all really blend together and how they look. I personally love these kind of looks where it's kind of neutral on the lids, and then you've just got to pop a something in the waterline and also your lower lash line, especially with like burgundies and purples. I really think that's just a fun way to play with colors, but still keep it kind of neutral looking, and especially if you have blue or green eyes, it's just going to make the color of your eyes look insane. Or if you have like a really light ambery brown in your eye, or you know, whatever. Anybody would look good with this kind of a color combo, but I think this was a good first attempt for this first look from this Norvina palette, so I am very happy with it. I hope you guys like it too. Alright, hello, who's ready? Tutorial number 2 here. Let's get these glasses off. Probably get you zoomed in a little bit more. No, I'm not wearing foundation today. It's too darn hot, you guys. But that being said, I will still be wearing eye makeup today. So, to start off, excuse me. To start off this look, I'm going to use a contour brush here in the shade Volatile. I feel like I might have done this in the other tutorial too, but you know, there's only so many choices for the matte shades here. This I am going to be placing in the crease. Big surprise, I know, you all pick up those jaws off the floor, everyone. There's more surprises to come. The sarcasm is real. But I'm putting this in the crease and then also bringing it up a bit so that when, you know, I'm looking up, you can still see it. I don't want it to disappear into the fold there. I'm not worrying too much about this looking neat and tidy because we will tidy it up in the future. Ugh, just love this shade though. It's like beautiful eyeshadow pudding. Then I am taking a fluffy blending brush. I have color switched this and I'm going to mix Incense and Eccentric. Hoping for the best here with this combo, but I am using this on the upper portion of that beautiful pudding shade we used last time, and I am blending this outwards and upwards, kind of. I mean, I don't want it too much, but I do want it kind of peeking out there. Then I am taking that same fluffy brush here and dipping this into Passion, and I'm going to put this on the outer portion of my lid and then blending that into the outer slash deepest portion of my crease. Why do I have so many frogs in my throat today? My goodness. Just kind of blending this into the crease, that hollow part, to give a bit more depth to, what was it, Volatile? Now I just want to call it pudding. See that? It's a difference. A subtle difference, but a difference nonetheless. And I'm also taking a bit of that shade and just bringing it, I would say I'm gonna do the outer half of my lower lash line and just kind of buff that in. And I'm taking a dense flat shader brush and dipping this into Drama. I want to give this shade another chance. Didn't work out so hot throughout the day on my lower lash line the other day in the other tutorial that you saw. So I've got some glitter primer on and I'm hoping that that will solve the problem, but I am putting this on, I would say, the outer third of my lids. Third, half, what is math? Then I'm going to be taking another flat shader brush and dipping this into a Celestial. What a beautiful purple color. And this I'm going to put on the rest of my lid. Oh my god. I was not expecting it to be that vibrant. It didn't look like this brush was picking up that much of it, but ooh. Oh, that's a nice. Oh, that's a very nice. You know you've done a good thing for yourself when you do the eyeshadow and then you're just like, at least I'm liking the way that this looks. So I think to finish this off, we're gonna go Pretty Simple Pimple. I'm gonna dip another flat shader into a base, and I'm just gonna put this right underneath the brow. And I'm gonna take a detail brush, dip this into a Dreamer, and I'm gonna use that to highlight my inner corners, just very lightly. And then just as an ever so subtle thing, I'm using the same brush and I'm going to dip this into Wild Child. I'm honestly not even sure that this is really going to show up, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm just going to dab this ever so lightly, kind of where these two purple shades on the lid touch. Not going all the way up to the crease, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's just a little thing. Whether anyone else can see it, I don't know, but I just really wanted to do that, so if anything, I'm just putting it there for me. You know what, when it comes to makeup, that's really all that matters. And there you have it, folks. Here is the finished look. I just went ahead and did some mimicking with my liners, I guess you could say. I did like kind of a russety orange to mimic this part, you know, in the outer third of my waterline, and then the inner 2/3 I used like a very metallic light pink. And then for liquid liner, I went ahead and used a black that has a little bit of like kind of coppery flakes, again just to mimic the warmth of the orangishness in the crease. And that's it. Well, and mascara obviously, but I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. I love the colors together. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Kind of like a sunset, but also kind of really not. But just, I don't know, there's something about it. I think it's mainly the purple on the lids. I just think it is super, super gorgeous. Alright, tutorial number 3 time. I am looking as scrubby as ever, but I'm just happy I've got even this brief overcast daylight going right now so that I can film this tutorial so that I can get this video up to you guys ASAP. So to start this one off, I'm going to use a fluffy blending brush dipped in love, and I am going to be putting this right in my crease and just kind of blend it. Nothing too crazy here. Like not zoomed in enough. There we go. And I am taking a pencil brush in Soul, and I'm going to do this, as I'm sure you could have guessed, in the hollowest part of my crease. Using the same brush and the same shade Soul here. Just gonna smudge this from where I made the kind of pointy cat thing, and I'm just gonna smudge this on my lower lash line. Then, ho, look out! Taking a concealer here and a concealer brush, and I am going to put this on my lid. I want a little bit of that periwinkle color to still show. I just want to make it a bit sharper. Also give something for these glitter shades to stick onto. Hopefully, anyways, that's the dream. Shader, dip this into rose gold, and I'm going to put this on the outer portion of the lid, outer half, I guess. Then I just want to reconcentrate the Soul color onto this outer, very outer portion of the lid. I don't know if it was the concealer or something, but I just kind of took away a little bit of that depth that I wanted there. And then I'm going to take another flat brush and dip this into Wild Child, and I'm going to put this on the remaining portion of my lid where I've still got that concealer peeking through. I'm just going to finish it off, as I've been doing lately, with base underneath my brow and then a little highlight in the inner corner with Dreamer. Right, and there you have it. So I just went ahead and finished things off. I smudged a very thin line of black liner and smudged it out into a small wing on the outer half of my upper lash line, and then I just put a nude liner in my waterline and put on mascara, and here we go. Something a little different for me, kinda. It's just a lot more pastel than I typically do on my eyes, but I think it looks really pretty. It's kind of slightly whimsical and slightly fairy-like, and just, I don't know, it's got a nice twinkle to it. At least I like the way that it looks.
I went to this club, right? And they had no baggy pants and no sneakers. That was wild. I didn't know what